Okay, so we've seen that video clip many times. We don't know exactly when that was recorded. We haven't been given a date. Johnny Depp asked during his cross-examination, what was the date? That question wasn't answered. But obviously, he's upset about something, Josh, and he's being recorded without his consent. You know, I know this is a married couple, but California is a two-party consent state. That means that if you're going to record a conversation or anything, you have to have the consent of the people, all of the people involved in the recording, okay? There are other states that are one-party consent states, meaning, Josh, if you and I are on a call, I can record you because I'm in a one-party consent state, and I'm fine. So what does this tell you about recording your husband without his knowledge in a moment where he's obviously upset, and then kind of prodding him with questions and peppering him with questions?
Yeah, and you point out that's an illegal recording and something that Depp brought up himself several times on the stand when he was being cross-examined about that videotape. Another crucial piece of evidence in this trial. But I think it kind of cuts both ways, right? If you're the Heard team, you're going to highlight the fact that look at all this kind of potential violence that he has. You know, he may be beating up the furniture at this point, but does that mean a moment later he's beating her up? But if you're the Depp team, you're making the point that you just made. In a loving and healthy relationship, when your husband is upset and obviously really troubled by something, your first reaction isn't to grab a camera and start recording him secretly. And you could tell that in this interaction between the two of them, that was the thing that probably upset him the most, was when he realized in this moment that he's most upset. Instead of being comforted, he's being secretly recorded by his wife. And he says, oh, we're doing this again. One more point is that Depp pointed out in his testimony that at the very end of that, you can catch her smiling. And I thought that was also an interesting thing that he highlighted for the jury. Again, I think this cuts both ways. Both sides are probably going to argue that videotape. But again, it just shows this troubled, toxic relationship they both were experiencing.